BiomedRx Optimum Woman is the only woman's high-potency full-spectrum multiple vitamin supplement to contain 56 nutrients, including those most important for today's woman, such as calcium for bone health, iron for healthy red blood cells, beta-carotene, biotin for nail and hair health, gamma-linoleic acid from evening primrose oil, octasanol, grapeseed extract, a potent antioxidant important for maintaining capillary strength, and vegetarian digestive enzymes. Visit www.biomedrxsupplements.com.
Gold label quality BiomedRx CBD oil is made from organic hemp that is locally grown, glyphosate-free, gluten-free, non-GMO, homogenized, third-party tested, and CO2 extracted. Visit www.biomedrxcbd.com.
Hi, this is Devin Lockett, the president of Job Site Route. As the son of a general contractor, I know how difficult it can be to get good food on the job site. And letting your construction workers leave the job site to buy lunch just takes valuable time away from them being on the site. I've developed an app and a program that will bring a steady stream of food trucks to your job sites every month for the low price of only $100 per month per site. That comes up to about $3 per day to have a steady stream of food trucks coming to your job sites all day, every working day. You can also contact the food trucks ahead of time and pre-order your food from the menu on our app. This saves valuable time for your construction workers and for you. It also sends a variety of delicious food served on Southern California food trucks to your job sites all day. When you think about it, it only makes sense to join the Job Site Route Network. Yes. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Hope the mic is coming through good. Hope everybody had a great night or great evening. I certainly did. and I hope everyone is as well rested as I am. I just wanted to discuss a few things about aging and living the bodybuilding lifestyle, or the fitness lifestyle, if you will, okay? Because I tend to combine fitness, I tend to combine muscle building or resistance training with endurance training. I'm probably one of the first cross trainers that most people know. I've been around doing this for many years. I want to give you a little bit of my background before we check out some articles and talk about some things that I'm trying to do with the BiomedRx Health Center. Let me just check my levels and make sure that everything is coming through well and that I sound good. Perfect. Yeah. So, I've been bodybuilding a long time. I've been lifting weights a long time. I don't claim to be the Incredible Hulk or anything like that. But I have been around. I have been doing this for a while. I remember when I was a kid, I worked at, Kmart, one of my first jobs. It wasn't my very first job. My very first job was at Pontchartrain Beach Amusement Park. But I worked at a store called Kmart. I think there's still Kmart. Yeah, there's still Kmart's around. What do you mean, a store called Kmart? I worked at Kmart. That was one of my high school jobs. And when I was 15 years old, I purchased my first set of weights. My first weight set. And I'll never forget, because my neighbor, Barbara Shanklin, and shout out Barbara if you're watching, all right, because you are my Facebook buddy, was the bus driver, was one of the bus drivers in our bus route near my home. And she was gracious enough to allow me to put my weight set on next to her seat as a bus driver, and I carried the bar, and I literally, the bus stop was at the end of the block, about 2 blocks away from my house, and I literally dragged that entire weight set. I schlepped it down the sidewalk to my home, and that was at 15. I was 15 years old when I did that. And I've been lifting weights ever since. I remember sneaking into the gym at Southern University of New Orleans, which was right across the street, right across the golf course from my home, the home where I grew up, and using their weight room and using their gym facilities and using their swimming pool. And also going to the University of New Orleans gym and sneaking in there and using their facilities. This is before I went into the United States Air Force. I joined the Air Force at 17, and I actually physically entered at 18. I wasn't living with my mom, but we had to go to my mom's house in order to get her signature for me to actually enlist. But needless to say, Uncle Sam provides the best gym facilities, fitness facilities for everybody, for all of the troops in the military, for all of the branches of the military. And I was very lucky. I was very fortunate to be in the United States Air Force because we had really nice accommodations. We had great dormitory accommodations, great gym accommodations, and of course, the chow hall is a banquet, is a feast, is a horn of plenty. Of abundance every day of your military career. You have an unlimited supply of good, delicious, healthy food to eat, and so it was a great period for me as a young man, as a young troop in the United States Air Force, working out, bodybuilding. I had a fast metabolism, so it's kind of hard for me to gain muscle. I had to fight through that. When I was young, my metabolism was very fast. My brother Aldine, God rest his soul, just recently passed away this year. He wasn't as fortunate. His metabolism wasn't as fast as mine. But I could eat as much as he ate and not gain weight, and that is a fact. I could eat as much as anyone eats and not gain weight, at least
that was the way it was when I was younger. Now, of course, right about 35 years old, my metabolism started slowing down, but that's okay because I was really into fitness at that time as well. I was starting this business, BiomedRx Incorporated, and I was in Miami. I was working out every day, lifting every day, and running, doing about 4.5 mile run on a daily basis. Still swimming and still spending a lot of time in a sauna, detoxifying. I think I've kind of developed I wouldn't say a tolerance, but maybe a reliance on sauna as a detoxification method, because it takes me about 3 days of consistent 1 hour every day in a sauna to actually feel balanced. Perhaps I unrealistically wanted to combine endurance training with bodybuilding, and I don't know, maybe those two training philosophies might be counterproductive for each other. Endurance training, marathon running, triathlon, swimming, these type of activities require a lot of training, and the type of training that it requires burns a lot of fat, right? It's a fat burner, right? It also makes you lose weight as well. You can lose muscle weight if you're training for endurance sports consistently. And if you are building muscle, then you are putting a larger requirement upon your heart and your entire cardiovascular system to provide oxygen to all of that muscle. And so bodybuilding and endurance training kind of work against each other. However, if you do both, or if you at least try to do both, what my experience has been is that overall you experience a more robust level of good health, of solid good health. Now, I've been bodybuilding with my son. My son Kai is 15 years old right now. I'm teaching him the ropes. The bug is starting to bite him. He's starting to catch on, and his body is starting to change, and he's getting the self-esteem boost and the self-confidence boost that I want for him, that I've been looking forward to, that I'm intending to instill in him with bodybuilding, because that's the same thing that it did for me. All right, it was one of the first contributors to my personality. But by combining, and especially him, he's kind of a little chubby right now. So by combining the distance running, swimming, cycling, and bodybuilding the way I still do, then, I can pull the ultimate out of him as well, right? But now that I have the BiomedRx Health Center, I am including brain training, audio-visual brain entrainment, cranial electrotherapy stimulation, and most importantly, neurofeedback therapy. I incorporate biomagnetism, biomagnetic pair therapy. And I don't know if I would call what we're doing therapy, because we're not necessarily ridding the body of pathogens or illnesses, but we're boosting the function of the detoxification organs using magnets, and this can be done. Inversion. Now, inversion is very, very crucial for the aging bodybuilder. Okay, I'm going to get to that in a minute. One of the problems that we encounter as bodybuilders, or as men who lift weights, whether you want to call yourself a bodybuilder or a power lifter or whatever, is the compression of the discs between the spines, the damage done to the vertebrae, to the spinal column. And I'm going to, that can be mitigated to a certain extent, alleviated with inversion, right? And if you follow my videos, I sometimes do videos of my morning routine. You can find them on both Devin Lockett channels as well as on the YouTube channel. The BiomedRx TV YouTube channel. And I show you how to do inversion, how to combine inversion with percussive therapy, the massage.
Even superheroes and supermodels need a daily dose of nutrients to help make life more super. BiomedRx Supplements is making it easy to get exactly what you need. From kids to seniors, they've got something for everyone. Pretty cool, right? Check out their products at BiomedRxSupplements.com.
I'm not sure which one I am in that. Am I the superhero or the supermodel? I'm not sure. But where am I now? Like I said before, we're incorporating brain training, neurofeedback, biomagnetism, inversion, percussive therapy. All right, this is my percussive therapy gun. This is the highest that it goes, okay? It feels marvelous. It feels excellent. I cannot even begin to describe how beneficial this gun is, this Theragun is. After working out, before working out, on trouble areas of the body, breaking up kidney stones, right? Breaking up kidney stones, relieving your body, keeping your kidneys healthy, okay? Hit it from the back. All right. Ionic foot detoxification. I keep one Ionic foot detox machine right here on my desk, and I also provide another one for clients and for employees. Sometimes I donate mine for clients if we have a couple of people that want a few people. Each machine does 2 people at once. Ionization is very important, okay, because the Ionic foot detox machine not only draws out, I guess you could say magnetically draws out toxins from the body using cation exchange, okay. We sit this coil here into a coil like this, right, into a foot bath, and the Ionic foot detox machine charges that coil with a negative charge, and that negative charge, just like with hemodialysis, that negative charge draws out, or you can say magnetically draws out, positively charged toxins in the body, and it also fills the body with negative ions. What this does is recharges your red blood cells to their proper negative charge so that they're repelling against each other, and this increases the flow of your blood, the circulation, and it allows your white blood cells to grow to the proper size, which is about 3 times the size of your red blood cells, and flow through your system and do their job. So this ionization process is very, very beneficial. It's a very good anti-aging process, and it can be achieved in more ways than one. We achieve this ionization through biomagnetism, biomagnetic pair therapy. We achieve it through Ionic foot detoxification, and we can also achieve it through PEMF, pulse electromagnetic field. PEMF therapy is a therapy that we are about to add to our lexicon here at the BiomedRx Health Center, and as well as HBOT, hyperbaric oxygen therapy. With hyperbaric oxygen therapy, you lie down or sit down or stand up or whatever. You go inside a chamber which is compressed to 2 ATA, only 2 ATA. More than 2 is actually less effective. So the sweet spot is 2 ATA, which means double the atmospheric pressure. Just about the same level of discomfort that you'd feel when the cabin of an aircraft pressurizes, maybe a little bit more pressure, a little bit closer to the ears popping. But the environment inside the hyperbaric oxygen chamber is 100% oxygen. And this has been known to increase your telomeres, increase the length of your telomeres, and I guess kind of halt or reverse the aging process. So with staving off cognitive decline, with neurofeedback, audiovisual brain entrainment, and cranial electrotherapy stimulation, as well as lengthening your telomeres with hyperbaric oxygen therapy, combined with the deliberate efforts of you, the person who wants to maintain a youthful appearance and youthful health throughout your life, which means you got to get your ass in the gym. You got to work out. You got to do what you can do no matter how old you're getting. You got to keep on doing it, right? Then yes, you can also enjoy this new expectation of a 150-year lifespan. Yes, it is possible. It is possible. Okay. Sauna. I always talk about the benefits of sauna. Oh, that's right. Hit the like button and share, comment, and all the rest of that. Hit the bell for notification of new videos. I always discuss the benefits of sauna for detoxification. I believe that sauna is very valuable, especially if you're going to be doing marathon sessions of ionic foot detoxification or even PEMF, because you'll find that the detox that this ionization provokes in your body will cause your skin to actually purge dirt. You will actually start purging visible toxins from your skin by doing this. And the best way to get these toxins completely out of your body is to get into the sauna and sweat it out. All right. So, aging bodybuilder problems, spinal problems, disc problems, muscle tears. Many times you find yourself having torn muscles. As you can see here, I tore my biceps right there. You can see it's kind of a little dip there. It can be rebuilt, but hernias, steroid side effects. I'm very, very happy that I never indulged in steroids. I never used steroids, so I don't have to worry about problems with my heart or with my liver or with my kidneys, other than that which I caused myself with whatever other partying or things that I've done in my life. Erectile dysfunction, pain, or addiction. I'm glad I never took it too far. I'm glad I never used steroids, And like I said before, inversion can undo vertebral disc damage, rebuild the discs, and it can help relieve neuropathy. If you feel maybe pain that goes down to your fingertips, or pain that goes, down into your extremities, it could be because nerves are being pinched by herniated disc, by the vertebrae, because your discs have become herniated on one side or the other. There are lots of causes, and now there's a new philosophy among chiropractors that the alpha vertebrae, your C1, cranial 1, cervical 1, your first vertebrae being misaligned, because it's the vertebrae that allows you to turn your head, right? It's very flexible. It allows you to go back and forth, is actually the cause of scoliosis. Or it can actually lead to a scoliotic curve that goes down through the rest of your body. So, before we move on, I would like to share. I want to share a couple of videos with you guys here in my browser. So if you guys just be a little patient with me. Okay. We're going to do a transition. All right. So here we are. I don't know. Maybe I can get something kind of nice sounding here. Yeah, something like that. That's nice. That sounds nice in the background. Anyway, well, yeah, maybe I can get something in there for you. Bam. There you go. Turn this down just a little bit. Okay, so here's an article I wanted to go over. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm just going to show you guys a few articles here to kind of substantiate what I'm talking about. Because I know you guys are thinking, man, this guy, he's always talking about all of these implausible health practices. But no, it is possible to maintain an excellent level of health throughout your life, and it is also possible to increase the length and quality of your life. Now, here's PubMed.gov, right? Hyperbaric oxygen therapy increases telomere length and decreases immunosenescence in isolated blood cells, a prospective trial. Let's just read through it. Abstract. Introduction. Aging is characterized by progressive loss of physiological capacity at the cellular level. Two key hallmarks of the aging process include telomere length, TL, shortening, and cellular senescence. Repeated intermittent hyperoxic exposures using certain hyperbaric oxygen therapy protocols, HBOT, can induce regenerative effects which normally occur during hypoxia. The aim of the current study was to evaluate whether HBOT affects telomere length and senescent cell concentrations in normal, non-pathological aging adult population. The methods were 35 healthy, independently living adults of age 64 and older were enrolled to receive 60 daily HBOT exposures. 60. Now, I want to take a pause here. I got into hyperbaric oxygen therapy to help my son overcome the effects of being on the autism spectrum, right? It was one of the therapies that I saw. Now, hyperbaric oxygen therapy is excellent for healing damage that has been done in traumatic brain injury or any other kind of brain injury, even brain injuries that have been caused by chemicals or lack of oxygen or drugs or any other type of injury, including autism. And I was able to help my son recover from the conditions known as autism to a great extent using hyperbaric oxygen therapy. Now, when I first got into HBOT, the magic number was 40. I was told that no matter how long ago someone may have received a brain injury, that if they did 40 consecutive dives, 40 consecutive sessions of being put under pressure, under hyperbaric oxygen pressure in a 100% pure oxygen environment, that you could significantly repair the damage that was done by hyperbaric oxygen therapy. Okay, and I managed to get 28 sessions in with my son. It was very expensive at the time, and I do intend on doing it again. But once you start, you have to pick up, you have to start again and do 40 fresh sessions. Now, what they're saying here is that these old folks, of which I probably will become soon if I'm lucky, they got 60, which means 2 months of daily hyperbaric oxygen therapy, dives every day. Now, I must tell you that when you do hyperbaric oxygen therapy, it is very, very pleasurable. You sleep really well. Your fingernails grow really quickly. Your hair grows really quickly. Your body really benefits from that infusion of oxygen. So, let's go back. Methods. 35 healthy, independently living adults aged 64 and older were enrolled to receive 60 daily HBOT exposures. Whole blood samples were collected at baseline at the 30th, 60th, and 60th session and 1 to 2 weeks following the last HBOT session. Peripheral blood mononuclear cells, PBMCs, telomeres length, and senescence were assessed. The results: telomeres length of T helper, T cytotoxic, natural killer, and B cells increased significantly by over 20% following HBOT. The most significant change was noticed in B cells, which increased at the 30th session, 60th session, and post HBOT by 25.68%, plus or minus 40.42. Wow, that is a really, really big plus or minus. 29.39%, plus or minus 23.39. And 37.63%, plus or minus 52.73, respectively. Now, this is beautiful. There was a significant decrease in the number of sentient T helpers by minus 37.30% post HBOT. T cytotoxic senescent cell percentages decreased significantly by 10.96%. Basically, this is the funnel of youth, okay? And you can see all of the citations here. I'm going to hit another article. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy increases telomere length and decreases immunosenescence in isolated blood cells. Prospective trial. I think this is probably referencing the same trial. Aging as characters. Yeah, I think we already went through this. You guys already know what telomeres are. I'm not going to get into that. But you know what? I am going to read through this because this is a better explanation than the last one. Aging can be characterized by the progressive loss of physiological integrity, resulting in an impaired functions and susceptibility for diseases and death. The biological deterioration is considered a major risk factor for cancer, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and Alzheimer's disease, among others. At the cellular level, there are two key hallmarks of the aging process: shortening of the telomere length and cellular senescence. Right? I hope you guys are following me. I hope I'm not boring you guys to death. Okay? But I want to get through this because this is important, and I think it's really important that you guys understand what it is that we're doing here at the BiomedRx Health Center and where we're going. Telomeres are tandem nucleotide repeats located at the end of the chromosomes which maintain genomic stability. Telomeres shortening during replication, mitosis, due to the inherent inability to fully replicate the end part of the lagging DNA strand. Telomere length, measuring between 4 to 5 kilobases, gradually shortened by around 20 to 40 bases per year, and is associated with different diseases, low physical performance, and cortical thinning of the brain. Cortical thinning of the brain. When telomere length reaches a critical length, cells cannot replicate and progress to senescence or programmed cell death. Goglan et al. Demonstrated that adults with shorter telomere lengths have increased mortality rates. Shortened telomere lengths can be a direct inherited trait, but several environmental factors have also been associated with shortening telomere length, including stress, lack of physical endurance activity, excess body mass index, smoking, chronic inflammation, vitamins deficiency, and oxidative stress. Cellular senescence is an arrest of the cell cycle, which can be caused by telomere shortening, as well as other aging-associated stimuli independent of telomere length, such as non-telometric DNA damage. The primary purpose of senescence is to prevent propagation of damaged cells by triggering their elimination via the immune system. The accumulation of senescent cells with aging reflects either an increase in the generation of these cells and or a decrease in their clearance, which in turn aggravates the damage and contributes to aging. A growing body of research has found several pharmacological agents that can reduce the telomere shortening rate. Several lifestyle interventions, including, I am definitely going to follow these two references, okay, because I want to find out what these pharmacological agents are that actually reduce telomere shortening and see if my doctor can prescribe it for me. Several lifestyle interventions, including endurance training, diets, and supplements targeting cell metabolism and oxidative stress, have reportedly relatively small effects on telomere length. Wow, really? Okay. 5%. So, okay. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy, HBOT, utilizes 100% oxygen in an environmental pressure higher than 1 absolute atmosphere, which is ATA, to enhance the amount of oxygen dissolved in body's tissues. Repeated intermittent hyperbaric exposures using certain HBOT protocols can induce physiological effects which normally occur during hypoxia and in a hyperoxic environment, the so-called hypoxic-hypoxic paradox. In addition, it was recently demonstrated that HBOT, hyperbaric oxygen therapy, can induce cognitive enhancements in healthy aging adults via mechanisms involving regional changes in cerebral blood flow. On the cellular level, it was demonstrated that HBOT can induce the expression of hypoxia-induced factor, HIF, vascular endothelial growth factor, VEGF, and sirtuin, stem cell proliferation, mitochondrial biogenesis, angiogenesis, and neurodendritic plasticity. However, no study to date has examined HBOT's effects on telomere length and senescent accumulation. The aim of the current study was to evaluate whether HBOT affects telomere length, and senescent-like T cells population in aging adults. The results: 35 individuals were assigned to HBOT. 5 patients did not complete baseline assessments and were all excluded. All 30 patients who completed baseline evaluations completed the interventions. Due to the low quality of blood samples, low number of cells, or technical error, 4 patients were excluded from the telomere analysis and 10 patients from senescent cell analysis. The baseline characteristics and comparison of the cohorts following exclusion of the patients are provided in Table 1. There were no significant differences between these groups, between the 3 groups. Now, I'm not going to get into all of this because I don't want you guys to get all bored and to click off and whatever. By the way, hit the like button, join, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, comment, share, all of that shit. Stuff. Anyway, you can see that the T cytotoxic senescent cell percentages decrease significantly. Discussion. Okay, so yeah. So here we are. Now I'm going to go to a little bit more information. All right. These are just all talks about the same study. Now, this is very interesting. Holy Grail, hyperbaric oxygen treatments reverse aging process in first clinical trial. Okay, aging, blood, neuroscience. All right, A new study from Tel Aviv University that indicates that hyperbaric oxygen treatments in healthy aging adults can stop the aging of blood cells and reverse the aging process. You heard? Reverse the aging process. In the biological sense, the adult's blood cells actually grow younger as the treatments progress. This is why I'm buying the hyperbaric oxygen chamber and the PEMF, pulse electromagnetic field generator. The researchers found that a unique protocol of treatments with high pressure oxygen in a pressure chamber can reverse two major processes associated with aging and its illnesses. The shortening of telomeres, protective regions located at both ends of every chromosome, and the accumulation of old and malfunctioning cells in the body. Focusing on immune cells containing DNA obtained from the participants' blood, the study discovered a lengthening of up to 38% of the telomeres, as well as a decrease of up to 37% in the presence of senescent cells. The study was led by Professor Shai Efrati of Sackler School of Medicine and Segal School of Neuroscience at Tau, and founder and director of the Sagal Center of Hyperbaric Medicine at Shamir Medical Center, and Dr. Amir Harin. So yeah, I'm not going to go too far into this. I kind of wanted to oh, this is funny. This is kind of a dubious article, but you know, it's good to read the other sides. That's kind of a funny, cute thing here with. Effects of hyperoxia on aging, biomarkers, a systemic review. The effects of short-term hyperoxia diseases have been reported in animal and human experiments and different protocols. However, the findings of the study conflicting, and review summarize existing reports and the effects of short-term hypoxia on age-related. Pardon me.
Isolated blood cells. There's a new course to teach doctors. In this episode of Lifespan News, hyperbaric oxygen therapy increases telomere length and decreases immunosenescence in isolated blood cells. There's a new course to teach doctors about longevity medicine. Inflammation decreases NAD+ during aging. Diluting aged blood rejuvenates old brains. There's a new web series from Seeking Delphi called The Longevity Dialogues. Welcome to Life's your source for longevity science updates. I'm your host, Brent Nally. If you missed our last episode, then you can watch it by clicking the card above. We encourage you to check the description below for links to these stories. Lifespan News is part of Life Extend Show, or X10 for short, and both are moving to X10's own YouTube channel soon. We encourage you to subscribe to the new X10 YouTube channel by clicking the card above. or HBOT, increase telomere length and reduce the senescent cell count among immune cells. HBOT is breathing pure oxygen in a high-pressure chamber. The researchers measured the telomere length of B and T cells and the number of senescent T cells after 30 HBOT sessions, 60 HBOT sessions, and post-HBOT. The researchers found a statistically significant increase in B cell telomere length and reduction in the number of senescent T cells. However, the sample size for the test was quite small and there was no control group, so take the results with a grain of salt. There was a media circus about this story last week, which is a bit frustrating to the longevity community. To learn more, we recommend you read the full article seen here. You can also watch this awesome video seen here about this recent HBOT news by the Shiki Science Show, hosted by our friend Eleanor Shiki. As always, both links are in the description below. For our next story, there's a new course to teach doctors about longevity medicine. Deep Longevity is a spin-off of In Silico Medicine and has recently launched a longevity medicine course. The course is aimed at physicians and medical students who want to learn about the rapidly evolving field of aging research. According to Deep Longevity, the goal of this initiative is bridging the gap between academic research and frontline physicians. Topics covered are biogerontology, theories and hallmarks of aging, basic aging pathways and mechanisms behind potential geroprotective initiatives, aging clocks, and more. There's a huge disconnect between aging research in the lab and medical practitioners who directly deal with patients. Aging research labs around the world are often years ahead of overall medical knowledge, and this is a serious problem in the drive to create a comprehensive longevity ecosystem. So to address this, there needs to be a bridge between current academic research and frontline physicians. So if you're a physician and you'd like to learn more, then as always, you can find a link to the course in the description below.
Reversed in Holy Grail Human aging reversed in Holy Grail study, scientists say. Human aging process biologically reversed in world first. Right. So, hello and welcome to the Shiki Science Show. We're in
Yeah, I've watched some Shiki Science shows, and she's okay, but she tends to be a little biased. I have to be honest with you. She tends to be a little biased. So I'm just going to go into the Biomagnetism Center and talk to you guys just a little bit more. Let's see if I can balance my camera. Yes, the bubble is not balanced. There we go. Now, one of the things I want to discuss is this, the inversion table. The inversion table is necessary for those of us who are getting long in the tooth, okay? You hang upside down, and I demonstrate it on every channel so you can look at other videos that I have. One moment. Let me make sure my microphone is on. Yes, I guess so. It is. Yes. So anyway, part of my daily routine is to do my inversion therapy. As you can see, I have a cervical collar with 2 5-pound dumbbells on it. So I actually get to stretch my spine out using traction. And then I follow that up with a healing session of biomagnetic pair therapy. Okay, the magnets, well, where you place them is what really determines what you're going to be treating. But for this video, I'm going to talk about the boosting of the detox organs, right? The liver, the pancreas, the kidneys, the bladder, the lungs, right? This is what really helps me, and it helps everyone that I do the treatments for. It's very important before you do biomagnetic therapy to be very well hydrated, to drink a lot of water, especially after doing biomagnetic therapy. You have to really flush your body with water, or you're going to feel a detox reaction, and you're going to feel worse than if you had not used magnets. Like I said, pretty soon we're going to be bringing in the hyperbaric oxygen therapy chamber, as well as a pulse electromagnetic field generator, the big one, the kind that's being used on horses, and with the combination of brain training, pH balancing, stretching out of the vertebrae, or rejuvenation of the vertebrae through inversion, ionization of the body through pulse electromagnetic field, as well as ionic foot detoxification, and oxygenation of the body through HBOT, hyperbaric oxygen therapy, or repeated hyperbaric oxygen therapy, we can achieve a state of peak performance, of peak mental and physical performance. Now, can we in fact reverse the aging process? I don't know. I sure as hell am going to give it the best try that I can in myself, and I'm going to see if it works, because the bulk of our population right now are baby boomers, and we are an aging population, and I have a feeling that pushing back on that aging process is something that's going to become very popular and very profitable here in the near future. I don't think I'm the only 57-year-old that wants to live forever, or that wants to at least get another 57 years walking around on this planet before we go to the great beyond. But if you're willing to join me, then subscribe, contribute to CashApp, hit the like, and all of that other stuff. Back at my desk, that's right. So yeah, I hope you guys were able to hear me clearly without too much echo when I was in the other room. Thank you guys for joining, and thanks for listening to everything that I had to share with you today. Here it is. Good morning, how are you? I have to see clients now, so I want everyone to stay kind, because kind is the new sexy. Stay blessed and stay healthy. Thank you for watching again.
Gold label quality BiomedRx CBD oil is made from organic hemp that is locally grown, glyphosate-free, gluten-free, non-GMO, homogenized, third-party tested, and CO2 extracted. Visit www.biomedrxcbd.com.
BiomedRx Optimum Woman is the only woman's high-potency full-spectrum multiple vitamin supplement to contain 56 nutrients, including those most important for today's woman, such as calcium for bone health, iron for healthy red blood cells, beta-carotene, biotin for nail and hair health, gamma-linoleic acid from evening primrose oil, octasanol, grapeseed extract, a potent antioxidant important for maintaining capillary strength, and vegetarian digestive enzymes. Visit www.biomedrxsupplements.com.